Hello, my lovely friends. My name is Rue. How do you do? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're doing another autism chat for Valentine's Day. So, happy Valentine's Day. I think I'll be releasing this before Valentine's Day, but so, happy pre-Valentine's Day. Anyways, so I thought that we could talk about romantic relationships and autism today. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, if this is your first video, I'm Rue. I was diagnosed autistic in October of 2021, and this is kind of a video series on my channel where I talk about topics relating to autism, and I also tap on stuff. So it's just kind of like rambly videos, and like these are just my experiences and like things I'm processing and stuff, and they seem to be relatable to people, so I'm continuing to make them. So today I'm talking about romantic relationships, and I've been putting off making this video because I'm kind of stressed about it, because like I feel like it's a huge topic, and there's a part of my brain that's like, you're not gonna do it well, so don't do it at all. But we're silencing that, and we're going to just make the video and see what happens, and it'll be fine. So anyways, this is just my experience with my romantic relationship. It's going to be vastly different for any autistic person. First of all, the overlap with the LGBTQ plus community and the autism community is huge, so there's going to be a wide range of relationship dynamics, and some people may not even want a romantic relationship, and that's fine too. This is just my experiences with this sort of stuff as an autistic adult. So just wanted to give that little disclaimer there. So if your experiences are not like mine, that's fine. This is just my experience, okay? I actually made notes because I want to make sure I cover everything. Okay, so first let me, I guess, give you some history. That's important. So my partner and I have been together for 12 years. It'll be 12 years when this video comes out, so our anniversary is February 9th. So it's a lot to sum up in a video, I feel like, and I know I get caught on tangents and stuff, so I'm going to try to keep it dialed in. But we met 12 years ago. The way I approached relationships, romantic relationships, was that I wanted a friend first, a best friend first, and then the other stuff was secondary. And so my approach to dating was I don't know, I just didn't date. I mean I guess you could call it dating, but we just hung out. We didn't, I feel in neurotypical dating norms, it's you pretend to be someone you're not. You I don't even know, it's you're so fakey, and I feel you get to the romantic parts a lot quicker than I would. I care a lot more about I want to be around someone that I like being around, I like hanging out with, I like doing stuff with, and that's important to me. And so I wanted friendship first, because I'm not really attracted to people physically. I'm attracted to their personality, so I need to get to know that person before I can progress to a romantic relationship. So basically the first few months I knew him, we just literally hung out every single day, and just, we were just friends, But like eventually I decided like, oh, I really like this guy. Let's make it like official or whatever. So that was my thoughts. And like when I was younger, I thought dating was stupid. Like as a teenager and stuff, I was like, we're literally children. Like I have zero interest in that, So it was like when I got into adulthood that I started sort of being like, I guess that's fine. But so I found him very young, so I was like 19. So I would say I'm very lucky. I haven't had any bad experiences as far as like dating and stuff. So yeah, I got really lucky there. So I can't really comment on bad dating experiences and stuff. But so, okay, let me try to move along. This is what I'm saying. Like I knew this would be hard because it's so big. But anyways, so we've been together 12 years. I would say in my early 20s, I was still dealing with stuff as an undiagnosed autistic person. And a lot of that stuff came out on him because he was my safe person. And so I had to learn, first of all, what those like feelings and stuff were because I didn't have words for them. So I had to learn what like anxiety was and like why I was feeling bad. I had to identify what those things were and why I was feeling that way and why I lashed out at him. So I would like have meltdowns basically, and they would be directed at him because that's like, he was my safe person. And so, I was comfortable doing that. But like I realized very quickly that I couldn't do that. Like that was wrong, and I had to figure out my stuff so it wouldn't negatively affect him. And thankfully, he's like literally the most patient human being on the planet, and like he stuck with me through all that crap because I feel like most people would not have. So I just want to be clear, I'm not a saint. I had to figure some stuff out. But thankfully, I like identified this. And I learned how to cope and recognize what I was feeling and how to deal with it so it didn't negatively affect him. So I think that's important in a relationship, is like dealing with your own stuff so it doesn't come out on your partner. So yeah, thankfully he was very patient and kind with me. But that caused some issues early on, like the first 5 years or something, because I was like still young and like figuring stuff out, like my brain's still developing, but yeah, he stuck around for it, and we figured it out together, and I feel like once you get through that big stuff together and you kind of figure it out, it's like, okay, we're good. Smooth sailing. But yeah, I think that was a very unique struggle I had, like autistic struggle I had, like figuring out all of this stuff while also being in a relationship. And thankfully I was able to recognize this stuff. Like maybe I didn't have all the correct words in like why, like the why, but like I recognized that this was something I needed to work on, and I did. So I think it's like, if you can find someone that's like willing to work with you through your stuff, that's like fantastic. I'm so grateful. Like my relationship is just like one of the wonderful parts of my life, and it just adds a lot to my life. We kind of grew up together, you go through those early years and you kind of figure out stuff, and now we're like, I don't know, like after you've been with someone for so long, I feel like you kind of just have telepathy. It's like he will say things that are literally in my mind, and I'm like, we spend too much time together. I don't think that's true. We spend the perfect amount of time together. But it's just hilarious how well he knows me and how well I know him. Anyways, so that was my attempt at a summary of our relationship. I don't think I did a very good job, but you kind of get the gist, I guess. So I wanted to talk about how fantastic he is, because he is. Okay, he's genuinely the most kind, patient, chill person I've ever met, and I love him so much. He's like when I'm at I don't know, I am the one who gets, like, I'm up here, he's down here, we kind of equal each other out, you know. He's just very calm, very laid back, just easy to be around, and just so, he would do anything for the people in his life that he cares about, like. So he's taught me a lot about that, because I don't feel like I'm very good at that. So anyways, reining it back in, I wanted to talk about my autism diagnosis and how that kind of went in our relationship. First of all, he has been so chill about all of the crazy, like, life choices I've made, because I feel like sometimes, I don't know, I don't follow the social order of things. Like, I went to community college, and then I don't know, tried a bunch of stuff, and then eventually in 2015 I like went to another state and did an internship, so we did long distance, and he's just like, I come up with these crazy ideas and he's like, just chill with it. And then there was another, like, a year or two later, I went to a school that was like 4 hours away, so we had to do long distance again, and it was really hard. And like, I feel like I had to figure out myself outside of the relationship before I could just like settle in, and he just was very chill about letting me do that. I don't even want to say letting me do that, because I feel like that's just what you should do for the people you love. But like, I don't think everyone does that, you know? And if he were to want to do that, I would be chill with it, you know? But he's like he's very steady, like he doesn't do things like that like I do. So that's what I was saying, like, he's up here. Anyways, so he let me figure my stuff out, like explore things, and, you know, like, anytime I would like quit a job, like, he never said anything negative about it. He was just like, okay, that's what you're doing now. And because I feel like most people would judge me for my choices because they're not normal. Yeah, but he doesn't do that, which I think is really unique. So anyways, all of that to say, the reason I was looking into autism was because of a job I had where I lost my stuff, like, and what I mean by that, I was like going into burnout, and I broke down I was just interrupted by a train, so I kind of lost my train of thought. But I think I was talking about the job I had, and there was some bullying involved. I hate to say that, but like, I guess that's what it was. But I ended up, I feel like this is another video topic in itself, but I ended up leaving one night and breaking down, and like, it was another one of those situations where I'm like, I'm not like everyone else, what is wrong with me? And I went to Google, as I often did, and I, for some reason, decided to look up autism. So, and then everything started to make sense. Anyways, so I kept that little piece of information to myself for about a year, because I wanted to make absolutely sure that I was correct, and that also I just feel like it's a very hard thing to tell someone. Like, you don't know how they'll react. So I didn't tell him till about a year later when I was at a different job where I was struggling again. And I had a breakdown, and I basically told him. And he was very chill about it. He's never ever, been like, no, you're not, he just sort of I think he just sort of quietly processed it. And like over that year, I continued to struggle, and I would say to him, I think I want to get a diagnosis eventually. Like, I think that's something I want to do and that I need to do. And then I started the process and blah, blah, blah. And then I found out I was autistic, and he's like, okay, well, that's good. That's what you wanted, right? I was like, yeah. And it's just been like, oh, that's it, And I remember I asked him, like, what he thought about all this at one point. And he basically was like, well, I mean, it doesn't change anything. So, like, I don't care. Like, in a way that was like, you're still the same person. It doesn't matter either way to me, sort of thing. But, like, that's just the kind of person he is. He's just very chill, like, go with the flow. Like, this is happening? Okay, well, that's fine. So he, never said anything negative about it, never, like, denied what I was feeling, and, yeah, I mean, he was just very chill about it, and now it's like, tis the autism. My stomach has decided to grace me with the song with people, so if there's a lot of cuts, I apologize, but I'm going to try to get through the video. Anyways, even before I knew I was autistic, like, he's always been very chill about my needs. Like if I don't feel up to doing something, he's like, that's fine. Like, if you see stuff moving around, that's because I'm trying to reposition things so that my stomach will shut up. Anyways, back to the video. I think what I was saying is, he's always been very accommodating for my needs, and even before I knew why I had those needs, like, for example, social situations, always very chill about me not going to them. Like, he would go by himself. And I kind of wrote down some stuff that he does, like, that are accommodations that I don't think he even realizes, like, that he's doing for accommodating. He doesn't know they're accommodations. So, like, for example, a lot of times in the mornings I will have my headphones on, or I'll be, like, into the zone of something, and he'll come in, and I am very easily startled, so he will flick the light switch to let me know that he's behind me, so he doesn't scare me as much. Funnily enough, I still get scared, like, just from the lights flickering or stuff. But anyways, he does that, which I think is really cute. And, like, if he's in the kitchen, he's gonna use a blender, he'll be like, loud noise, so I know it's coming. But like I was saying, supporting all my non-traditional choices, like supporting me leaving jobs for my well-being, supporting me being unemployed right now, that's freaking huge. Honestly, the biggest one is just, like, being chill with me not going to social things, because that's, like, the biggest stressor for me. I just have really bad social anxiety, so he never ever makes me feel bad for not going to something. And if I'm, like, stressed about something, he's like, you don't have to go, right? So he's just very good at just recognizing what I need and being just chill with it, and, like, not making a big deal about it. It's just, like, normal, which I feel like we need more of in the world. It shouldn't be a big thing. It should just be like, what do you need? Here you go. Great. Everybody's happy, He's just a really exceptional person. He recognizes a need, and he's like, okay, how can I fix it? Like, how can I make this better for this person? Like, let's do more of that. Like, come on. And it's, like, not a big deal. It's not a big deal, It's not like, oh, I'm doing this big thing for you. It's just like, this is something you need, so I'm doing it. because I love you. Like, you know? Some other non-traditional things of our relationship is we sleep in separate bedrooms because I cannot sleep with another person. We have like very opposite sleeping styles. Like, he has lights on and the TV, and like he goes to bed late and all this stuff that just does not vibe with how I sleep. And I get up early, he gets up late, like, just doesn't work. So I knew when we moved in together I needed my own space, and yeah, he's been very chill about it. Like, it's good for both of us though. Like, I think he realized that, like, it's good for both of us. I feel like more people should do that, if they want to. But that was like something I knew I needed, and that was like weird, you know. But what else? We didn't move in together until 9 years into our relationship. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but like, I mean, it's a bit abnormal, I think. Usually people move a bit quicker, but like, we just do our own thing, you know? And also, we're engaged, and I don't wear my ring because I don't like rings on my finger, and he, like, not a big deal. Like, I would like to get like a necklace and like put my ring on it. I think that'd be cute, but anyways. And like, we've been engaged for, I guess it'll be 5 years this summer, which is also weird, but like, I don't really care about marriage, and it would screw up our financial situation, so we'll get married when it becomes financially beneficial. Okay, and then the last thing, I had asked some of you if you had any questions for me. One of you asked if an accommodation had ever caused a rift in our relationship, and not that I can think of. Like I said, he's very chill, just like a very kind, patient person, and yeah, I can't think of anything like that. Like, I don't think he would ever do that. And like, I'm not saying like, if someone was upset or didn't understand that they're like a horrible person, like, he genuinely is like a one-of-a-kind human being, I think. We're people, like, we're not perfect, so, but I mean, as long as someone is working with you, or like you're communicating and like figuring it out, and they're not like angry at you constantly for your needs, like, I don't know. I've never had to deal with that, so I can't say I have a lot of advice for someone maybe who doesn't understand your needs. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I really am so lucky. I know I'm so lucky. And then the other thing that someone asked me is like, do I ever feel like a burden, and like how I deal with those feelings? So I definitely have struggled with this for sure. Because I really, really heavily internalized this like idea that I have to be 100% independent or else I'm a burden. So like, for most of my life, I very, very stubbornly stuck to this idea that I had to uphold 50% of the bills and stuff. So, and I've always made less than him, but I'm very stubborn. I'm like, I will make it work. I will have a budget. Like, oh, whatever, you know, like in college, I was taking like 18 credit hours or 19, whatever the max is. And I was working, I don't know, maybe 25 hours a week. And it wasn't like a hard job or anything, but I was like, during the week, I was like literally at school or at work almost the whole day. And like, I worked a weekend day as well. And I was like, I'll give myself Saturday and that's enough. And somehow I held it together. But like, I know there were points where I was very stressed. But I was like, I have to uphold my end of the bargain, or else it's not fair to him. So I have to figure out a way to make it work. And this man who works a full-time job during the week got a part-time job on the weekend at a hotel overnight. Like, he didn't sleep on the weekends. And he like sat me down and told me about this. And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, you're going to be so exhausted. But he was like, now you don't have to work as much. I can help. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And like, that's how stubborn I was. Like, he went out of his way to do this big gesture for me so that I could have some relief. And I was like, no, I'm gonna keep grinding, you know. But he worked that job, and I could see he saved that money. But like, that's how I was. I was like, I have to uphold my end of the bargain, or else it's not fair to him, even though he wanted to help. Fast forward to the job I quit last year. I mean, the reason I kept going is because I was like, I have to pay the bills. I have to uphold my end of the bargain. And I didn't quit until I had signed up for DoorDash, because I was like, well, I can make money doing DoorDash and still pay the bills, even though I wasn't making enough money. I was like slowly chipping away at my savings, and so I was still like going at it even after I'd quit my job due to severe burnout. I was like, I still gotta work, I still gotta make money, I still gotta be independent. That's what we do. We have to be independent. And I didn't like fully disconnect until my car broke down over the summer. And I was just like, I remember I broke down because I was like, my life is over. I can't make money. Like, I didn't know what to do. And he's like, we're fine. Like, I got this. Like, don't worry about it. And so it took I had to let go of that mindset that you have to be independent and you can't take help from anyone, even if they want to give you help. Like, that's not healthy. And once I gave into that, I was like, okay, actually it's really nice to get help from someone, and this is okay. Like, he wants to help me, he wants to do this, and he doesn't feel bad about it, so I shouldn't feel bad about it. And like, I think in like Western culture especially, there's this idea that we have to be 100% independent or we're failing, and that's just not realistic at all. Like, throughout our whole human history, we've been social creatures, we've helped each other survive, you know. But like, now we're like, oh, we can't get help, we have to do everything ourselves, when like, it's impossible. The amount of stuff someone has to do these days is just too much. Like, we need help from other people, and that's okay. So I've learned that lesson this year, like, that it's okay to get help from someone who wants to help you. And I also think the other thing that helped me with this mindset is recognizing that I do contribute in my own way. Like, there are things that I am good at that I've been focusing on since I stopped working. So like the housework and like the yard work and all of the little things around the house, and like, I'll do his laundry every now and again, or I'll like clean up his room, and like, you know, all of these little things that used to just like go to the wayside because we couldn't manage. Now I can focus on them, and I like doing them. So these are things that I feel like we don't recognize is work. Like, if you're not working, it's like you're a burden, you're lazy, but like, you are contributing in this way. But it's like, because you're not making money, it's not seen as contributing. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, identify your strengths. What do you bring to the relationship? Like, no matter what it is, it's important. Do you like bring your partner joy and like make them happy? Like, that's something. Like if your partner is wanting to help you, and they're telling you it's not a burden, like, you're not a burden, just believe them. I know it's hard, but just believe them. Like, do you think your partner is a liar? No, of course not. So believe them. They're telling you. Believe them. I know it's hard, but like keep telling yourself it's okay. You need a little extra help, and that's okay. Like our society leaves behind people who are disabled or like can't do the norms, because it's just like, I don't know, everyone is expected to do this, have this unhealthy level of productivity, and it's just, I mean, I don't think anyone can do it super well, but like there are groups of people who definitely can't do it and need help, and like we should help them. So anyways, like I know it's hard. I do, trust me, I know it's hard, but you're not a burden. You need help from other people just like we all do. And that's good. That's normal. That's okay. Like, you know, there's societies that are a lot more collectivist, you know, than the one I live in, maybe the one you live in. And like, you know, getting that communal help is normal in some societies. Like, so yeah, I do feel that's a pretty Western thing to internalize. It's like, if you're not doing all of these things, then you're a burden to society, and that just is a really crappy thing to be taught. So I understand, but like, you're not a burden. You're just a human being with needs. Like, you're doing great. The other thing is, on that topic, is like, if the roles were reversed, I would do the same thing for him, and I would not feel bad about it. So like, think of it that way. If you were in a place to help your partner, you would do it without, you know, shaming them or something. Like, you wouldn't feel bad about it. So like, your partner wants to help you. You want to help your partner. Like, okay. I looked through my notes and I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video. It was a big topic, but maybe some of you related, or maybe it kind of helped you see like what a relationship could look like for an autistic person. I also wanted to say, my partner, he's not like diagnosed with anything, and he does quite well with life, but I don't think he's neurotypical. Like, he seems a little neurodivergent to me, but he just copes better than I do. So yeah, I don't know how to be in a relationship with a neurotypical. Like, I don't think I could be. It's just too different, you know. But anyways, I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. It's a big video. So I mean, I could probably do another part to this if you wanted me to talk more about it. But I kind of covered a like very brief synopsis of my experience with my romantic relationship as an autistic person. So I'm gonna end it there. Happy Valentine's Day if you're a fan of Valentine's Day. I don't really celebrate it, but it gave me a good excuse to make a video. But yeah, I hope you're having a good day, a good week. You're doing amazing. I love you. And I will see you in the next video. Okay?